When Sonic Colors first released on Wii, it was considered one of the best 3D Sonic games, and something of a return to form for the series following a handful of dud releases, like Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Black Knight. Now, Sonic Colors is back with a graphical overhaul and a few additional features, and thankfully, the years have been kind to Sonic Colors. Colors is a delightful platformer that comfortably remains one of the better Sonic games of the past 20 years. Sonic Colors is an incredibly charming game. From the moment its epic opening cinematic starts, Colors just has such a fun and whimsical energy about it, with its lively visuals and excellent music both contributing greatly to the endearing and playful feeling of Colors. At a glance, Sonic Colors appears to be pretty standard fare for a 3D Sonic game. Sonic sprints at breakneck speeds through levels, effortlessly leaping across gaps and dashing into enemies. But it has one core element that differentiates it from other Sonic games: the Wisps. Throughout levels, you'll find colourful floating creatures called Wisps who will give Sonic special abilities, like being able to burrow through the ground, phase through objects, and automatically dash through trails of rings. While the Wisp abilities are a nice way to spice things up and allow you to explore in different ways, it's really the way Sonic Colors refines traditional 3D Sonic mechanics that make it such an enjoyable platformer. Jumping, then dashing to enemies in midair with homing attacks, and grinding along rails at blistering speeds both felt great in Sonic Adventure, and over 20 years later they remain every bit as satisfying in Sonic Colors Ultimate. I also love the way Colors seamlessly transitions between 3D platformer and side-scroller throughout levels, in a way that feels natural. It'd be so easy for this to become jarring or disorientating, so it's truly impressive just how well Colors levels flow. But my favourite part of Sonic Colors is how it actually delivers on the promise of Sonic's speed. Going fast has always been Sonic's core gimmick, but ironically, it's also something that often hamstrings the series. Many Sonic games encourage you to go fast, then punish you for doing so by suddenly throwing random pitfalls and spikes in your path without giving you any real time to react to them, making the game feel like it's more about memorising the level through trial and error than it is about improving your platforming skills. Fortunately, this isn't the case in Colors. Gameplay has a great sense of momentum to it because while it's still fast, the levels are designed around Sonic's speed, and Colors does a great job of telegraphing incoming danger to prevent your speed from becoming a hindrance. Sonic Colors always played well, but it controls better than ever now, largely because you're playing it with a standard controller and not the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, which was never my favourite way to play anything. Sonic Colors has a diverse and memorable lineup of levels that offer a great amount of variety. Nearly every level is not only well designed, but also bite-sized. Most levels take a few minutes to run through, but many can be completed in as little as 30 seconds, making them highly replayable. There's an impressive consistency in the quality of all the different worlds in Sonic Colors. Often in platformers, you'll have a dud world or two that are a slog to get through, but all the worlds in Colors are varying degrees of good. There's definitely no world I'd dread playing through again. Be it the candy-themed Sweet Mountain, the lush landscapes of Planet Wisp, or the neon-covered Starlight Carnival, the worlds of Sonic Colors are not only a joy to explore, but also a visual treat. In terms of difficulty, Sonic Colors is a total breeze for 90% of its runtime, though be forewarned, there is a surprisingly steep difficulty spike in the final world. It's certainly nothing insurmountable, but going from pretty much never dying throughout the whole game to taking 5 or 6 attempts to get through each of the final levels wasn't something I was expecting. Though it's worth noting that there's no real consequence for dying in Sonic Colors, so it's not like the game's punishing you if you need a few attempts to clear a level. Like most good platformers, the worlds of Sonic Colors culminate with boss battles, and while the boss fights in Colors are fun, they're also quite samey. Several of the boss battles simply boil down to running along a linear path, jumping from side to side to avoid incoming projectiles until you're close enough to the boss to repeatedly hammer them with homing attacks, then rinsing and repeating this formula until they're down. While none of these boss fights are inherently bad, it would have been nice to see a bit more variety in the boss design. Though I'd be remiss to not give a shout out to the fact that the final boss fight in Colors is awesome. While it follows a similar trajectory to other boss fights, the way the fight escalates until it hits its epic conclusion is truly spectacular. Ultimate lets you lightly customize Sonic by changing his gloves, shoes, aura, and boost color with new cosmetic items that you can buy with coins that are hidden throughout levels. To be honest, I'm mostly stuck with Sonic's normal look because he just looks too weird without his white gloves and red shoes. They're just too iconic at this point. Blind Squirrel games have done a decent job of modernising colours. In motion, the gameplay usually looks great, and it's a noticeable leap forward from the original release. Its visuals are vibrant and colourful, and the game runs flawlessly on PS5. Let's not forget Sonic Colors was originally a Wii game, so this is the first time it's even been in HD. So going from 480p at 30 frames per second on the Wii to 60 frames per second in 4K on PS5 is a night and day difference. With that being said, when you slow down to take a look around, there are a few areas that remind you that this was originally a Wii game. Namely, there are some noticeably flat textures, especially when you're in a bigger level. The other area where Colors is let down by its visuals is in its extremely dated looking cutscenes. They're strangely low res, and it's abundantly clear that they're literally just the Wii cutscenes up-resed, with little to no real work put into improving them. Playing the PS4 version of Colors on PS5, I had no performance issues, though if you're planning on picking up the Switch version, you might be better holding off, as that version is apparently suffering from some pretty severe problems, including drastically downgraded visuals, a frame rate capped at 30 frames per second, long load times, and countless bugs. Usually in my reviews, I dedicate a decent chunk to talking about the story, but to be honest, there's just not much to talk about here. As you'd probably expect, the story of Sonic Colors isn't particularly involved, and its kiddie dialogue is definitely skewed towards a very young audience, which of course isn't a bad thing, seeing as this series has always had a massive appeal to kids. One of the few things that had lingered in my memory about Colors was its exceptional soundtrack, and I was pleased to find that it's every bit as good as I remembered. Sonic Colors is packed with catchy tunes that'll be stuck in your head long after you've rolled credits on the game. I think you could make the argument that the music is the best part of many Sonic games, so this isn't a massive surprise. While Sonic Colors is on the shorter side, taking me less than 6 hours to finish, it does offer a lot of replay value and side content to help extend your playtime. If you're looking to get all the hidden rings and S-rank every level, you'll probably double your playtime. There's also some other side modes to mess around with, like the Egg Shuttle, which sees you attempting to speed through every level back to back in the fastest time possible. Then there's the Game Land, which is something of a Sonic simulation, in which you play through unique levels as robotic hedgehogs, and Sonic Colors Ultimate also adds a new mode called Rival Rush, which unlocks once you've gotten enough red rings in a world. In Rival Rush, you'll race through a level trying to get to the end faster than Metal Sonic, and these races are surprisingly unforgiving, so you'll need to have the levels very well memorised if you want to win them. Sonic Colors is simply pure platforming fun. While it's slightly let down by its short runtime and its occasionally lackluster visual upgrades, it's still a great platformer, with excellent levels and an absolutely killer soundtrack. I had a great time revisiting Colors, and was so glad to see that it not only holds up, but remains one of the best Sonic games, period. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. You can find countless other videos on my channel, and be sure to stay tuned for my upcoming reviews of WarioWare Get It Together, Deathloop, and Kena Bridge of Spirits.